All right, we can get started. Jess, if you can think back to your singles match, can you talk us through your performance there?
Seems so long ago. Yeah, yeah, it was an interesting match. Not really the cleanest from either of us. The conditions were really crazy with the wind, and it just felt like we couldn't really get a hold of any good tennis, to be honest. But played the best I could, and knew it was going to be a little ugly. And happy that eventually I got through that.
Hey, Jess, congrats on the win today. My question is on doubles, actually. I'm curious how you and Juju almost paired up this week and what we can expect from you on the doubles court the rest of the summer.
Yeah, it was fun. Actually, I think the girl we played today, Desiree Krabchek, actually set us up. She wasn't sure if she was going to play with Caroline here, and so she asked me if I wanted to play. And then she ended up playing with Caroline, and then she was like, "Oh, Juju's looking," and then Juju texted me. So it's pretty casual, to be honest. She just shot me a text, and I was like, "Sure, let's play." But yeah, I thought we actually played really well, and we were talking about how sometimes it takes some time to get used to a partner, but it felt like with us that we clicked pretty fast, and we beat some really good teams. Then obviously lost a tough one today to another very good team, but definitely could have gone our way with a few points here and there. But she has a partner that she usually plays with who just couldn't come to this week, so she'll be back with her. And then for me, I'm not sure. I know Coco isn't interested in playing, or at least we're not thinking of playing. So I'd probably take it easy on the doubles the rest of the year. So yeah, we'll see. I think I'll just play maybe whenever I kind of want to, and maybe just focus on singles the rest of the year.
Jess, congrats. 5 Americans into the quarterfinals here in Toronto. It's like the most at any 1,000, like since there were 1,000s. And there's a slight irony just kind of coming off the Olympics. I know you guys were probably wanting a little bit more in terms of Team USA, but what do you make of that stat, just being able to kind of flood the zone up here?
Yeah, it's nice to hear at the start of the summer hard court swing. I feel like a lot of us, it's our favorite time of year. It's our favorite time to play tennis. It's usually when I feel like we do really well. So it's always nice to see. I mean, American tennis right now, we have so much depth. I saw there was like a stat. There's like 5 of us in the top 15 or something. It's like me, Coco, Emma, Danielle, and Maddie. So there's 5 in the top 15, which is insane. And like you said, obviously we wanted to do better at the Olympics and having a lot of top players, but obviously didn't go our way. So it's kind of nice to come back here and kind of get back into the same mindset of being able to be in North America, play on the hard courts where I think we feel really comfortable. So it's a pretty cool step.
Just congrats on the 2 wins today. Going over from the Olympics, obviously the surface change. Can you talk about the challenge of that? And also how were you kind of able to maximize your limited prep time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a tough turnaround. Unfortunately, I didn't do as well in Paris, so I had at least a few extra days before I got here, so maybe 2 or 3 where I practiced. And it wasn't the easiest, but I think at the end of the day, I play really good hard court tennis, so I knew that if I could just get in the right frame of mind, that I would feel more comfortable once I got back out there, and that's definitely what happened. I think especially the first round, having to play Pliskova as my second round, but my first match was really, I think getting through that gave me a lot of confidence. Is obviously she's a really good hard court player and played some really good tennis, and then today was just more of, I think, of a competitive not getting frustrated battle. But it's good to have both those types of matches, I think, coming into week 1, and hopefully I can just keep building off that and into Cincy. Again, I love this kind of swing of the summer. It's definitely my favorite part of the year. So I try to use that as as confidence, even though I haven't gotten the most prep time.
Great, Wayne. You had some great results here in Canada. What is it about playing in Toronto that brings out your best tennis?
I don't know. Everyone keeps asking me that because they're like, you win so many matches here. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. I think I just like coming here. I feel like it feels, I don't know, it feels like home kind of. I mean, I like the atmosphere. I like the courts. I like the cities that we go to. Everything seems kind of easy. I have, a base in Buffalo, which is not that far from here. It's not super far from Montreal either. So I think it's just, I'm comfortable up in the Northeast kind of area. And I just enjoy playing here. And I think the conditions kind of suit my game, maybe with a little bit of faster hard court, which I think, benefits me too.
You played a lot of doubles before. How did that build up your singles game?
Definitely. I mean, I learned a lot from playing doubles. I think my singles game helped my doubles, and my doubles game helped my singles. I think my intangibles, as far as strategy, serve return, taking pressure points as well, being a returner, extra serve return practice, and then a lot of just small intangibles, lobs, positioning, seeing where other people are, and just kind of being smarter. And there's just a lot of awkward shots in doubles that you don't always get to practice in singles because they don't happen as much. But when they do happen, you want to be ready for them, and I think doubles really helps with that.
Can you talk a little bit? I know the Olympics wasn't exactly what you hoped for on the court, but off the court, it looked like Team USA had a lot of camaraderie and just a fun time. Can you talk a little bit just about the dynamics of Team USA and some of your favorite memories from the Olympics?
Oh gosh, it was so much fun. We had such a great group of guys and girls, and I think we really embraced that and embraced the team atmosphere. We went out to try and find a Chipotle. It took us like an hour and a half to get there. The Ubers around the village were not, like, they couldn't really get close, so we kept having to walk, and then it was kind of like 5 minutes away, and then it would be like 10 minutes away, and then 20 minutes away, and then everyone was like trying to all get Ubers to see which one would come. And then unfortunately the car I was in took a very long time, but yeah, that was kind of fun. And then Fritz paid for that since he's got the Chipotle deal, so he hooked us up with the Chipotle. He's like, guys, we gotta go. So that was pretty funny, and yeah, there was a lot of really good memories. I think it was so much fun being in the village with everybody. At least for me, for 2 to 3 days before I left, but it was really cool to gain that experience and just rooting everyone on. I mean, we were trying to be supportive, knowing we had to play, but also try and get out there and watch a few matches while we could. And I don't know, I feel like it's more fun when you get to play like that as a team, even though it's still individual. It's always nice to have that camaraderie and kind of take advantage of it, since it's very rare in tennis. So it was really cool, and yeah, it was so much fun. I had a blast.
Just looking ahead to playing Peyton, curveball of having so many Americans in the quarters, quite a few All-American matchups. But what do you make of kind of her game and how unique it is in terms of that forehand of trying to battle it back on these courts?
Yeah, I mean, Peyton's super talented, really good athlete, very flashy. Like, I feel like her highs are really high, where she's ripping forehands and moving well and playing aggressive. I think I played her a year ago in like DC. But obviously she's had a year under her belt on tour, played some really big matches, had some good wins, good experiences. So I'm sure it'll be a completely different match. And seems like she's been battling hard out there and staying in these matches, giving herself chances to win. And yeah, I feel like she's playing pretty confident, it seems like. So, I mean, it's always tricky playing someone, that has big weapons. So I'll kind of just do my best to kind of limit those as much as I can, but still also play my game. And hopefully we'll have a great match out there. But I think she's definitely a someone that for U.S. tennis we'll definitely see at the top. I think I think she's extremely talented, and she's got a good career ahead of her.
Hi, Jess. In recent years, you've spoken about how you and your mom have been reconnecting with your Korean heritage, and even going to the orphanage where your mom was I guess taken in Seoul. And I'm curious, as you have, I guess, your profile has risen, and as you are seeing more and more young fans, for example, who are coming up to you who really love you just because they see themselves in your success. I mean, how aware are you of the representational aspect of what you do, and how has your own relationship with your cultural identity changed in the last few years once you've done all of that work?
Yeah, I've spoken on that. It's definitely changed a lot. Not that I ever neglected it, but I live in U.S. I live in Florida. Like, it's not a big Korean community, or let alone Asian community at all. So, I mean, as I've definitely gotten ranked higher, and I've played actually in Korea several times now, it's been like a drastic change into how much I've been, I guess, welcomed and rooted for and cheered for, not just because of myself, but also because my mom also, having a higher status in sports and being a female and being Asian and in sports, that there's no really representative of that at all. So I think the kind of both happening at the same time really definitely excelled that. And it was really cool to just see. And I think we've definitely been a lot more open and kind of like, oh, wow, like they're super supportive and they think it's really cool. And I just think it's amazing when I see like the really young girls that are also maybe half Korean, and they're like, oh my God, I'm half Korean just like you. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is the cutest thing ever. And they make that kind of connection, I think, is super sweet. And then obviously winning Seoul last year was really, really cool. I mean, I'm so glad that I can, say that I've won that tournament. And then again, being, how they've kind of like lifted me up and taken me in as a half Korean, I think is really, really cool. And it's cool to have that kind of connection with a different culture, especially one that is so different from how I grew up. But at the same time, learning and kind of engaging with it more and more has been really fun.
When you talk about engaging with the culture, have you tried learning the language? Have you just gotten more into it a little bit more?
I'm not good at languages. That I'm just not. But it's been really cool. Like, I have a lot of people that I've met that are Korean that live there. A lot of them live in like New York City or LA, and they've kind of connected with me, and they've been like wanting to get me more involved with when I go to Korea, like people to meet, places to do, things to see, and kind of like teaching me a little bit more. They keep telling me I need to like at least learn to speak a little bit. They're like, if you just learn to speak a little bit, like, oh my God, like it'll be amazing. Like it won't take much. And I'm like, I don't know if my Korean's very good, but yeah, maybe that's the next step is learning some more of the language. Thank you.